Google may not like your website now, but after watching this video, Google's really going to love your website. When Google loves your website, Google's going to rank you higher. And then when you rank higher, you make more money. So let's get right into it. To really understand Google, we need to understand this concept first. So the first thing that Google takes into consideration is the search term. So this is dispensary near me, Denver dispensary, insert dispensary keyword. The second one is then the search calculation. It's the algorithm that Google then goes through to decide what it's going to populate within the search results, right? So what we want to do is that if we know that there's a search term, a search calculation, and then a search results, and we know that we want to rank higher in terms of the results that Google provides right here, what we need to do is now figure out what goes into this calculation so that you can end up ranking higher. So throughout this video, I'm going to keep the search term / search query thing up here first, but what we need to take into consideration, like I said, is what are people exactly searching online. So for example, if we go in and we try and figure out Denver dispensary being the keyword, so then Google is going to take this search term or search query, it's going to calculate what are the most relevant results towards what the people are searching up online. So what ends up happening is then Google then crawls the different websites, right? So website 1, website 2, website 3, so on and so forth, and its million searches. Within the search query and the calculation, it scans each of the pages online. So you have your header up here, you have your body, and then you have your footer on each of the websites. And then within this page itself, you then have words, images, and videos. So for the most part, the things that we can do on the website is affect the words, the images, and videos. What I'm really going to touch on right now is the words. So if each of these websites are then broken down into each page. So for example, website 1 will have a home page, maybe an about, a shop, locations, so on and so forth. So each of these websites then have multiple pages that are contained within the website itself. When Google then does a search term or search query, not only does it have the main website, denverdispensary.com, it also has pages within denverdispensary.com. So you have the home page, about page, shop page, location page, privacy policy, so on and so forth. So what we really need to do and what we really figure out is that Google does look at your entire page, but when Google's looking to optimize, Google optimizes on a per page basis. So what I mean by that is that this home page might be talking about Denver. This shop page might be talking about shop cannabis in Denver. So what ends up happening is that when somebody types in a specific search query, Denver dispensary, this home page may pop up in the search results. However, if somebody goes in and types in shop cannabis Denver as the search term, then maybe the shop page would then end up popping up. So hopefully you see exactly what I'm getting at. I'm going to erase this very quickly. If you have a specific keyword that you want to rank for and it's Denver dispensary, but you also have different locations, let's say Aurora dispensary and maybe Colorado Springs, right? Colorado Springs. Google is then calculating on each of these pages, on each of these queries, different things relating to each of these keywords specifically. So if you have your main website that has a home page, location page, and so on and so forth, if you want to rank for keywords 1, 2, and 3, and you have a locations page, what I'm finding very consistent across a lot of dispensaries is that they just have one page. And in that one page, they have Denver, then they have Aurora, and then they have Colorado Springs. The problem with this is, like I said, you have search term, query, then you have calculation, and then results. When Google is looking at this search term that whoever is putting in for these different keywords that are being made, what ends up happening is that this one page has Denver keywords in it, it has Aurora keywords in it, and then it also has Colorado Springs keywords in it. The problem with that is that this one page, it's not optimized specifically for any singular one of these search terms right here. It has all of this information here. So if you were Google and you were like, I want to find a page online that is most relevant towards Denver dispensary specifically, ideally you'd want to have one page for Denver, one page for Aurora, and then one page for Colorado Springs. Because what ends up happening is that if you don't have your pages specifically optimized for each of the locations you're trying to rank for, then Google doesn't know exactly what you're trying to rank for at all. You're trying to cover all the keywords all on one page, but what you actually need to do is for each of your different locations, you then need to build out specific pages so that you can optimize your on-page SEO for these specific keywords. So in general, the rule of thumb when trying to optimize for SEO is that you have one main keyword per page. So I used the location pages as an example for this, but what also applies for different categories, I just spoiled it. What also applies for different pages, it's categories. So for example, for categories, you have pre-rolls, you have flower, edibles, tinctures. You have all of these different keywords that you want to rank for. And a lot of times I'm seeing that you don't even have these pages on your website in the first place, but people are looking for pre-rolls in Denver, flower, cannabis in Denver, edibles in Denver, tinctures in Denver. So what you do, this is going to be one page. This is also going to be one page. This is also going to be one page. And then you get the point. This is also one page right here. So each of these categories that you're trying to rank for is essentially the things that you need to do in order to optimize for each of the keywords that you're trying to rank for. So whenever you have these different keywords, you want to build out specific pages for each of the keywords as a whole. What this is going to look like on your own website, it's going to look something like this. So currently on your own website, you might have something like this. You might have the home page, the shop page, the about page, if you have one location, and then maybe locations page. And you might just have one page here, one page here, one page here, one page here. But what I would recommend for you is that if you want Google to crawl your website and calculate all the different results, you're gonna have your home page as well, shop page, about page, locations, and then in your locations page, you're gonna have a drop down. The drop down is going to be city 1, city 2, city 3. So then you have these specific pages that you can then build out so that you have city 1 location page keyword optimized, city 2 location page optimized, and city 3. In addition to that, you might also have your categories page. So you have your categories, and then you're gonna have your category 1, category 2, category 3, category 4. So what this then does, it builds a web. So if you think about your website as a web or as a network, you then have the home page of your website, then you have things linking to the about page of your website, then you have the category page of your website, the location page of your website, the about page of your website, and then here, let's say this is your category pages, you then have things coming off of that. So then you have category 1, category 2, category 3, category 4, category 5, right? Then you might also have blogs. Then off of the blogs, you then have blog 1, blog 2, blog 3, blog 4, blog 5, and then you might even have related things to those blogs as well. I don't want to make this overcomplicated, but this is how you need to view your website as a whole, and it's not just pages, because Google then crawls your website, big G, is coming in and being like, okay, this is the home page. But then if Google's looking for a different search query, it then has all these other pages to look at to see if anything is relevant towards what the people are searching about. So if they're searching for specific queries, you want to build out different pages on your website so then Google can start ranking. So then when you put this all together, instead of having a very basic website with maybe 3 pages, you continue building out pages, whether it's blogs, whether it's categories, whether it's location pages. If you offer delivery, this is an amazing thing that you also need to do. Let's say you offer delivery, and then you have your delivery city 1, delivery in city 2, delivery in city 3, delivery in city 4. So what you need to do is you need to now build out your pages for all of the delivery areas that you do for the keywords that you want to rank for. So we delivery, cannabis delivery, whatever it is, in city 1, city 2, city 3, city 4. What ends up happening is that when you go and you build out all of these pages, Google then crawls your website so then it looks, again, like more like a web, more like a network, and then you offer Google more opportunities so that Big G can then crawl the different pages on your website. I hope that makes sense. I really wanted to go through and do this whiteboard video because it's very hard to conceptualize if I just go ahead and start speaking. But if you also find this super complicated and you want more contextual information for yourself, you can go check in the description below. Just go to cannabudmarketing.com/schedule, and then we can schedule a free one-on-one where I can go through all of this in very good detail, specific for your dispensary, no matter how many locations you run, no matter if you do delivery or anything like that. That's it for now. I hope you enjoyed, and I hope you enjoyed my drawings. Until next time, I'll see you later. Bye.